Figure it out. The voice of reason, the solid, hold it down, the beige rage, and the agitator.
The Breakfast Club.
Everyone just kept telling me to prep for this.
One word to describe the Breakfast Club would be black.
Impacting the culture.
People watch the Breakfast Club for like news and really be tuned in, man.
I don't even know what it calls Breakfast Club. It's like brunch.
Envy, Yee, and Charlamagne.
Wake that ass up, get out of bed, and listen to the Breakfast Club.
I'm waking up.
Good morning, USA!
Yo 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 yo.
Good morning, Angela Yee.
Good morning, DJ MV.
Charlamagne the God.
Peace to the planet. It's Monday.
That's right. Back to the work week. Good morning.
Back to the work week. Put oil where you need to put oil, man. You know, I know things are cracking and creaking this morning, but that's how Mondays are. Okay, but it's happy to be here.
Yes.
God is good. God is great, actually.
Yeah, we had a little storm over the weekend. They said it was going to be like a huge nor'easter. It didn't seem like it was that bad.
Don't speak for yourself. I'm sure some people got it bad.
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah, they definitely did.
It wasn't as bad. Like, I mean, they made it seem
Some people
like
had power outages.
Really?
Yeah. Flights canceled.
I know flights were canceled, but
it was bad in some
people
areas.
Died.
Really?
Yes.
Yikes.
So it was bad for some people. For sure.
It wasn't that bad. Where I was.
Nah, they didn't shut things down. You still went out, right? You went to see Dave Chappelle, right?
I didn't. No, I went to see Donnell Rawlings.
Donnell Rawlings. That's Dave Chappelle. Donnell Rawlings, right?
I didn't go out the day that it was snowing, but the next night after they had cleared the streets, I went out.
Yeah, because it didn't start snowing really until about 4 in the morning, 3 in the morning.
When?
No, it was snowing during the day.
Yes,
I don't know
man.
where you
was
were.
you?
It stopped. In Jersey, it stopped. It didn't snow, and then it really gets.
It snowed all
That's
day.
definitely not true.
Friday?
Saturday. It started Friday.
Friday night.
Then it snowed all day Saturday.
Mm-hmm. All day.
And it stopped like Saturday night.
Mm-hmm.
No.
Yes.
No, not where
it was a bomb cyclone. They
you
said
ain't too far away from me.
What you
talking about? You in a dome or something?
I don't know where I was.
What you talking about?
More than 100,000 people lost power at the height of the storm.
Saturday, I took the kids out in the snow. It wasn't that snowy. It was cold.
And they said at least 3 people died in New York.
How'd they die?
An elderly man fell into a swimming pool while shoveling snow.
Oh, my God.
And
Lord
2 men
have mercy.
died while shoveling snow, 53 and 75 in Nassau County. And then Boston had its record for the biggest single-day snowfall on Saturday. They got 23.6 inches.
You want to rewind that? You want to?
No, really. I expected. I ain't gonna be honest. I expected a whole lot more. It wasn't as bad as I thought it was.
In your area?
In my area.
Yeah.
In my area, it definitely wasn't bad. They were saying 2 feet of snow. It didn't get that nasty. Roads weren't shut down.
I didn't go nowhere, so I wouldn't know. I played my lottery. I played the Mega Millions and Powerball on Thursday. Oh, I don't know. I got to check the ticket.
Wow.
I played the Powerball and the Mega Millions on Thursday to make sure I ain't had to go nowhere Friday and Saturday, and I was in the crib.
Oh, yeah, because Saturday I took the kids out. We were in the snow all day. It was just freezing. It was very, very cold, but they enjoyed the snow.
I went to see Donnell at Caroline Saturday night.
Yeah.
So, and that was really fun. It was an amazing show. Shout out to everybody that was there.
And then Sunday, I ain't do nothing but watch the games and eat Chinese food.
Watch football, baby.
Mm-hmm.
Great games yesterday.
Yeah, really great
games. This is the best playoffs I've seen in a long, long time. You know what I mean?
Yeah. We'll give you the scores and everything next.
Super Bowl is set. Rams, Bengals.
Super Bowl is set. Rams, Bengals.
If I had to bet on a winner, I'm going to say the Dallas Cowboys.
They're not playing, sir.
Says who? Says who?
Says the world.
We're in the metaverse. I can create whatever reality I want, okay?
You're right. All right, well, let's get the show cracking. Front page news, what we talking about?
All right, well, Ahmaud Arbery's murderers, there was a plea deal reached with 2 of the men who were charged in that hate crime.
All right, we'll get into that next. It's the Breakfast Club. Morning, everybody. It's DJ MV, Angela Yee, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. Let's get in some front page news. Now, Super Bowl 56 is set. The Cincinnati Bengals versus the Rams. I'm not going to lie, I thought it was going to be Chiefs-Rams, but Bengals beat the Chiefs 27-24 in overtime, and the Rams beat the 49ers 2017. Both great games.
Great games. Both great games. Amazing games. Mm-hmm. That's the best playoffs I've seen in a long time.
Yeah, last couple of weeks have been really, really good. So.
And the Super Bowl should be really good.
Yeah.
At least we know the halftime show going to be fire. That we know.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, what else we got?
Well, federal prosecutors have reached plea agreements, and this is in the Ahmaud Arbery trial, the murder trial of Travis and Gregory McMichael. And according to reports, details of the agreement were not specified in the filing, but an attorney for Ahmaud Arbery's mother said the family is devastated by the deal, and they do vow to oppose it. Now, the McMichaels were sentenced to life in prison without the possibility for parole, and that was in court in early January for murdering Ahmaud Arbery. They were also indicted on federal hate crime charges. That trial was scheduled to start February 7th. A copy of that plea agreement has been provided to the court for its consideration. Now, a third man who was also convicted of killing Arbery and charged in the federal hate crimes, William Roddy Bryan, was not mentioned in those Sunday court filings. So federal prosecutors asked Ahmaud Arbery's mother earlier this month if she would consider a plea deal for her son's killers before the men were sentenced, and she declined.
Well, what is the plea deal? I'm reading it here. It says the plea deal is the transfer to preferred federal custody. What does that even mean?
I don't know. They said details were not specified in the filing, but the family did not want a plea deal at all.
Because they're still doing life, right? Without parole. So
Yes.
I wonder what is preferred federal custody and why is it preferred? Like, are the conditions better? Like, what does that even mean?
Yeah, not sure. I mean, they have no possibility of parole already, so that's that. Now, this was a really sad story. A woman leapt to her death from a Midtown high-rise yesterday, and it was a former Miss USA, Chesley Christ, according to law enforcement sources. They said that she posted on her Instagram page, "May this day bring you rest and peace." She won in 2019, and she was a 30-year-old lawyer. She jumped from her 60-story Orion building, was on 42nd Street, and she was found dead in the street below, according to sources.
So
Horrible.
sad.
She went
So
to the
sad.
University of South Carolina, to the Gamecocks.
Yeah, so again,
Definitely sending healing energy to her and her family.
our condolences to her family. That has to be devastating and horrifying for something like that to happen. But she did say previously in interviews, and she spoke out on Facebook for World Mental Health Day on coping with stress. She said, "I do a lot to make sure that I maintain my mental health, and the most important thing I did is talk to a counselor. She's really easy to talk to." And she said, "When I'm not talking to my counselor, I spend time at the end of every single day to just decompress. I unplug, I shut my phone off, I don't answer messages, I just sit and watch my favorite movies." So our condolences to her family, and that is your front page news.
All right, get it off your chest. 800-585-1051. Phone lines are wide open. If you need to vent, call us up right now. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club.
Wake up, wake up.
This is your time to get it off your chest. Whether you're mad or blessed, we want to hear from you on The Breakfast Club.
Hello, who's this?
James Smith, 843.
James, what up? Get it off your chest, brother.
843 Low Country, what's happening?
Yeah, what's up? What's up?
What's up?
Yeah, man, I don't think they need to give them the federal sentence. They need to leave them. They need to leave them in the state prisons and let them do their sentence, and they give them another one. And then transfer it over to federal after that.
Well, explain it to us, because you might have a better understanding than we do. What is the plea deal exactly?
The federal prison, you get a little bit better treatment than the state prison.
That I know.
That's why
Okay.
they're trying to put him over there, and then they have more protective custody over there. But they didn't show him no mercy, so why y'all gonna show them some mercy?
Yeah, I didn't even know it was a federal case. I didn't know it was a federal case.
They turned it into a federal case. They turned it into a federal case when they used the gun.
Oh, got you.
Oh yeah, but don't show them no mercy, and I'm glad that his mother didn't accept the plea deal. They don't need no plea deal. They didn't give him a plea deal.
Right.
That's real.
Okay. Well, thank you, brother. Hello, who's this?
Hey, Kendra Pluto, how you doing?
Good morning. Get it off your chest, mama.
Hey, I ain't got nothing to get off my chest. Number one, I'm so happy to talk to you right now.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
We happy to talk to you.
Happy to talk to you, too. Happy
I know.
Monday.
So anyway, I just want to say one shout out to DJ Envy, you, Angela Yee, yo. Anyway, on top of that, from Ohio, just want to give a shout out to the Bengals. I don't know how you feel about the game, but I did hear about it before.
Okay.
So let me tell you something. I was shocked myself, Charlamagne. What you got to say to something?
On what, the Bengals and the Rams?
Yes.
I got to say, go Cowboys!
Okay, well, first of all, they're not.
I'm happy.
Did we talk about that?
I'm happy for everybody team who's going to the Super Bowl. I'm happy for the Los Angeles Rams fans. I'm happy for the Cincinnati Bengals fans. Y'all got a superstar in Joe Burrow. He's a winner. Been a winner since college.
And shout out to everybody in Cincinnati. We're on at 102.3. Good morning to you guys, all right? Get it off your chest. 800-585-1051. If you need to vent, hit us up now. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club. This is your time to get it off your chest, whether you're mad or blessed.
So you better have the same energy.
We want to hear from you on The Breakfast Club.
Hello, who's this?
Kenny.
Hey, Kenny, get it off your chest, Kenny.
Oh my gosh, first time.
Oh my gosh.
Shoot, long time listener, first time caller. I'm glad I got in. I appreciate you guys. Charlamagne the God. I want to say thank you for shouting out to the custodians. DJ Envy, I appreciate you. I went to your seminar. Thank you. Adele, I love you. You are the best. Thank you so much. I love you guys. The Breakfast Club. You guys are the best. Thank you.
Are you a custodian, my brother?
I am. I live in Queens.
You are very appreciated. I don't understand why people don't respect the custodians more, because whenever you walk into a bathroom and said bathroom is clean in a public place, especially at work, you know you have to thank for that? The custodians.
Absolutely.
You are appreciated,
The
sir.
work, airports, anywhere public. Yes, we appreciate you.
Thank you, Breakfast Club. I really appreciate you. Thank you.
All right, brother. Hello, who's this?
Hello.
Hey, good morning. Get it off your chest.
Yo, what's good with y'all? Good morning, man. DJ Angel, what's poppin', man? Angelique, good, man.
What's poppin'?
What's up?
Charlamagne, what's good, my boy? DC Foil, my guy.
Peace, King. What'd you say?
I said DC Foil, my guy.
DC boy, oh my guy.
DC 4L for life. Dallas Cowboys, baby.
Oh, Dallas Cowboys. I didn't know what you were saying. You know, I just thought you was throwing up a set of some kind. Okay.
Oh, no.
We out here. Cowboys, baby. Next year is our year.
My goodness. You already know. But yeah, man, I'm just calling up here, man. I listen to y'all every morning, my guy. And just getting off my chest, man. Like, I'm going through it, and I know a lot of people is too. That's American way. But you gotta stay down until you get out, man, and just keep trying to struggle. I'm about to go to work right now, you feel me? And everybody just gotta stay down, man. Everybody going through something, man, especially with this time right now going on.
Hey, listen, man, surviving is an achievement in itself, and we got to give ourselves more credit for that, brother.
Absolutely. When I get my stuff together, man, I'm trying to come to New York anyway, man. If you can make it there, you can make it there. So I think it's time for me to take my talents to New York, baby.
Let me ask you a question, my guy. Have you ever accidentally called your girl, my guy?
Absolutely not.
Okay.
Absolutely not.
All right, my guy. You have a good one. You be safe out there.
Hey, yeah, I'll be safe, man.
Bye, man. Hello, who's this?
Did you call him Bay?
What's up, guys?
Good morning. Get it off your chest.
Hey, morning. DJ Envy, Charlamagne.
Peace, King.
Angela Yee.
What's up? Good morning.
I needed a book. Y'all hung up on me last week. Red hung up on me last week.
Thank you, Red. Hold on. We got you. We got you. Red, we're going to make sure. I'm going to make sure to send you a pack.
Right. Other than that, thank you all for taking the call. I wanted to express that all of my black folks out here need to get mental health. It is good for you. I know it sucks, but it's great.
It does not suck. Who said it sucks? There's nothing wrong.
Well, Charlamagne, dude, this past couple of weeks have been rough, dude. I've had to unpack so much crap that I didn't know that I had. It sucks, dude.
Yeah, but it does hurt when you go to therapy and you start peeling back a bunch of layers, because you go to therapy for one thing, but then you start realizing you got all this other unhealed trauma.
Exactly, dude.
But it feels good on the other side.
Right, I'm in there, but Charla, I need that reading material. And also, can I plug my brand, guys? If y'all don't mind shopping, Dingo 0925 Clothing. My website is dngo0925.com. Or follow me on the gram at DNGO0925. I appreciate y'all.
Yes, sir. Hold on. I'm going to send you the Unapologetic Guide to Black Mental Health by Dr. Rita Walker. It's a great, culturally competent read.
Get it off your chest. 800-585-1051. Now we got rumors on the way?
Yes, and let's talk about owning an NFL franchise. Who could become the first black man to mark that achievement? We'll tell you who it is.
All right, we'll get into that next. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ Envy, Angela Yee, Charlamagne the God. We are The Breakfast Club. Good morning. Back to the work week. Now let's get to the rumors. Let's find out who could be the first black NFL owner.
I hate how you say black.
This is the Rumor Report with Angela Yee.
Like, I really hate how you say black. Too bad.
On The Breakfast Club.
So listen
You say black like you're not black.
I say black.
But you are Dominican, so.
I know, I'm black.
Okay.
All right, well, Billionaire Robert F. Smith could become the first black man to own an NFL team. So he's in the running to own the Denver Broncos. And the team is reportedly going for an estimated $4 billion, by the way. And Robert F. Smith's net worth is around $6.7 billion. But he is bidding against other contenders. Peyton Manning is one of them. Brittany Boland, who's the daughter of former Broncos owner, and so all these people have been throwing their hat in the ring as well.
That's a great brother right there, and I would, let him win that bid if I was the Broncos. Not just because he's black, but because he's from Denver. He loves, that area.
And you said Peyton Manning too?
Mm-hmm. He's in the running.
And how the owner's daughter why she ain't just get the team passed down to her?
I'm sure you still have to pay, right?
No,
I don't know
if that's your daughter.
I wouldn't think so.
He's the former owner, so if he doesn't own it,
so he sold it to somebody. Okay,
Yeah.
got you.
Okay.
And why wouldn't he keep that in the family?
Maybe he wanted to cash out. All right, now Tisha Campbell says that she was almost snatched up by what she believes to be human traffickers. So listen to this story. That's why you got to make sure when you call these Ubers or cabs or whatever it is that you're in the right car. And if something doesn't feel good, trust your instincts. Here's what she had to say as she was filming on set.
And I had to call a taxi, so I get this number, but the van that pulls up is real sketchy looking. And then I look at the car, look inside the car, it's f***ed up. The rubber is pulled up from the bottom. There's dirt everywhere. The back seat looked like it's snatched out for a f***ing reason. The driver goes, get in the car. And I go, well, I'm not getting in the car. And the guy says, well, then get in the front seat then. I said, I'm not getting in that f***ing car. Y'all. I asked the lady at the front desk, I said, yo, who's the guy that gave me this number? And she was like, why would he give you this number? Yo, this trafficking shit is real, but they got me f***ed up. Because I ain't Gina, bitch.
Where was she?
It was in Brownsville, Texas, and she's filming an independent movie there. She's also working with Tony Rivera on a project about trafficking. Mm-hmm. And she said if Tony Rivera hadn't schooled me and my friends on what to look for, Ish would have been real different. Plus, I don't sound like I look. Also, I'm thankful to the production for their concern and their understanding. So she has not found the man who gave her the taxi number because somebody gave her like a number for a taxi, and that's what happened.
Well, salute Tisha Campbell. I'm glad she's good. Salute to Tony Rivera. And for the record, I don't think Gina would have gotten that van either, by the way.
Yeah, I don't think so. But if something doesn't feel right, trust your instinct. If you see something that looks a little crazy, All right, now Spotify has lost $2 billion as their stock plummets. This is after Neil Young actually pulled his songs from the music platform. That was all in protest over Joe Rogan spreading misinformation about COVID on his podcast. Now, he had said they can have Rogan or Young, not both. And he said, I'm doing this because Spotify is spreading fake information about vaccines, potentially causing death to those who believe the disinformation being spread by them. And so Spotify shares also dropped around 6% after Wednesday. Joni Mitchell also said in a statement that she will also pull her music from Spotify in protest and stand in solidarity with Neil Young. This clash started back on January 24th when Neil Young was outraged that the Joe Rogan experience was potentially causing death to those who believe the disinformation that was being spread. Neil Young also acknowledged that Spotify represents 60% of his music globally, and removing his catalog from the platform would be a huge loss for his record company to absorb. And he said he does support free speech. He's not in favor of censorship. He said private companies have the right to choose what they profit from, just as I can choose not to have my music support a platform that disseminates harmful information. So he said they have every right to do that, just like he has every right to pull his music from there. Now, Apple has seized this as a marketing opportunity. They tweeted out, it's always a good idea to stream Neil Young, and they pinned that post to their Twitter profile after declaring Apple Music the home of Neil Young as well. So now Spotify has said that they will add a content advisory to podcasts that discuss COVID-19, and they'll direct listeners to its COVID-19 hub that will provide access to data-driven facts, links to resources and information from trusted scientists and doctors. Prince Harry and Meghan also addressed the controversy yesterday. They wrote a statement through their foundation that they had expressed concerns to Spotify about the all too real consequences of COVID misinformation on its platform, because they are doing podcasts exclusively on Spotify as well. So they said, we have continued to express our concerns to Spotify to ensure changes to its platform are made to help address this public health crisis. Now, Joe Rogan himself has spoken out, and here's what he had to say.
Podcast has been accused of spreading dangerous misinformation, specifically about two episodes, a little bit about some other ones, but specifically about two. One with Dr. Peter McCullough and one with Dr. Robert Malone. Both these people are very highly credentialed, very intelligent, very accomplished people, and they have an opinion that's different from the mainstream narrative. I wanted to hear what their opinion is. I had them on, and because of that, those episodes in particular, those episodes were labeled as being dangerous. They had dangerous misinformation in them.
All right, so he did say that those are his thoughts, and you have to watch the whole thing of what he said.
I saw it, and I think, he's absolutely right, because I thought the same thing yesterday. If he's guilty of having doctors on that spread information on COVID, then everyone is guilty of having doctors on that spread information. Everyone from the CDC director, the presidents, the doctors, the Supreme Court judges, news anchors, all at one point or another have gotten on platforms and spread misinformation.
There's something wrong.
Yeah, it's just that when they do it, they can say, well, the information changed or the science on what we were studying evolved, which is true. But you can't hold Rogan accountable for what these doctors believe. And to his point, in a month or maybe a week in this climate, if some of the stuff the doctor says becomes fact, then what?
Well, he did say a lot of what he does on his popular podcast is not that prepared or fleshed out. And so he did thank Spotify for being so supportive during this time. He said he's sorry that this is happening to them. He said, if there's anything that I've done that I could do better, it's having more experts with differing opinions right after I have the controversial ones.
Yeah, I don't see anybody threatening to boycott any of these news networks for the misinformation they've put out about COVID over the last couple of years. So I don't know what gets these folks to take these moral stances, but none of it is consistent.
Well, yeah, I do think that information about COVID changes as the virus has changed and information that we get about it has changed. So
and that's what Rogan was saying. Rogan was like, yo, these doctors have credentials. So they come on, they believe things, they have theories they believe. And at the time, and then things change, So it's like, what is misinformation nowadays? Dr. Fauci can be accused of giving out misinformation. Sanjay Gupta can be accused of giving out misinformation. Rachel Maddow definitely is being accused of giving out misinformation. The president. So it's like, what do you do? The CDC director, Supreme Court judges, everybody has. And this is recent.
That is your rumor report.
All right, we got front page news next. What are we talking about?
Well, I'd love to get your thoughts on this. People are standing by two Texas brothers and their friend. They were arrested for beating their stepfather to death. But when I tell you why, you might understand why there's a petition supporting them.
All right, we'll get into that next. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club. Your mornings will never be the same.
Our Audible pick of the day is The Perfect Day to Boss Up. This is Rick Ross's guide to building your own empire. Now listen up. Your first 30 days of Audible are free when you sign up at audible.com/Breakfast Club. Hey everybody, it's DJ Envy, Angela Yee, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. Let's get in some front page news. All right, Super Bowl 56 is set. The Cincinnati Bengals take on the LA Rams. All right, now the Bengals beat the Chiefs 27-24, and the Rams beat the 49ers 2017. So we'll see who's going to take that. All right, what else we got, Yeezy?
Well, speaking of football, there was some rumors that Tom Brady was retiring. And so there was a lot of confusion, speculation, things happening after a 22-year NFL career. But Tom Brady's agent, Don Yee, issued a statement. They said, I understand the advanced speculation about Tom's future without getting into the accuracy or inaccuracy of what's being reported. Tom will be the only person to express his plans with complete accuracy. He knows the realities of the football business and planning calendar as well as anybody, so that should be soon.
And it's crazy. Folks be reporting stuff no matter the source and reporting without considering the source. And nobody stops to say, well, who is the source? When they say sources, they just run with it. For what?
Yeah, and I believe his father also said that wasn't happening.
Mm-hmm.
All right, now thousands of people are standing by two Texas brothers and their friend. They were arrested for allegedly beating their stepfather to death, but their stepfather sexually abused their 9-year-old sister. They confronted him after finding this out. They fought at a trailer park. And then they left, and they came upon him again while he was walking on a road. They beat him again, this time with brass knuckles, tossed him into the bed of their truck, and then they dumped the body. They said he endured head trauma, and he may have been alive when he was thrown in the field. They said he also had another arrest warrant out for sexually assaulting a different child as well. Well, now there's a Change.org petition asking that the brothers, Alejandro Trevino, Christian Trevino, 18 and 17 years old, and their friend, 18-year-old Juan Eduardo Melendez, be released from jail. So they've been charged with capital murder, aggravated assault, as well as engaging in organized criminal activity. And so as of this writing, they said the petition has reached 300,000 signatures.
I mean, it has to be some type of, I don't know if it's not self-defense, but it has to be some type of defense law, right?
Or a crime of passion.
Crime of passion, yeah, right?
They should definitely be released.
It has to be something like that.
I don't feel sorry for the gentleman that died. He sexually assaulted a 9-year-old girl.
And the first thing I thought was, I guess you got to prove that the stepfather was really doing what he's accused of doing. But you said he had a warrant for
Another one.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So it's like it's probably a great chance he was doing what they accused him of
But
doing.
we're thinking emotionally, legally, then what?
I don't know. I'm not a lawyer, but yeah.
Mostly-
Could it be a crime of passion? 'Cause I thought passion was for romantic interest,
romantic,
right?
yeah.
No, you could be very angry and upset too,
Mm.
like a fit of passion. And then I also feel like the problem is that they might think that they went looking for him, so it was more pre-planned.
So what?
'Cause
It don't
usually
matter.
Yeah, but I'm saying legally. I'm talking about legally.
Oh, yeah, legally,
Because
yeah.
a crime of passion means that it's like a spur of the moment, spontaneous thing. But as soon as you plan something, then it's no longer, I guess, a crime of passion.
How old did you say they were?
17 and 18.
I mean, listen, you get in front of the right judge, and the judge has daughters. I'm sure the judge would understand in some way, shape, or form. And I think
Or
a jury,
9-year-old.
I think a jury would understand.
definitely understand. Yeah, your 9-year-old
You know?
sister.
These are
You
kids.
sexually assaulting your sister.
And they're all kids. They 3 young men.
Yeah,
you know
they're
what I mean?
17 and 18, and you can definitely understand. You would want to murder somebody for that, for sure. All right, now Donald Trump
Absolutely.
is suggesting that he might potentially pardon the January 6th Capitol rioters
Suggesting.
if he returns to the White House. Here's what he said.
And another thing we'll do, and so many people have been asking me about it, if I run and if I win, we will treat those people from January 6th fairly. We will treat them fairly. And if it requires pardons, we will give them pardons because they are being treated so unfairly.
Yeah, he's a wild boy.
What y'all surprised about? Donald
I'm
Trump.
not.
Donald Trump showed you who he was a long time ago, and he's repping for his set.
People died.
He's letting you know I'm taking care of my base if I get back in the White House.
Being treated fairly would mean like you get treated like you committed the crime that you did commit. That's
Listen,
being
man,
treated fairly.
He's taking care of his base, and I wish Democrats did the same thing. Okay, it should be easier for Democrats to stand by their base and ride for their base like that because the things their base is riding for are actually the right things. So,
All right, well, that is your front page news.
That MAGA gang is serious.
man, please. I wish they
ride.
I wish the Democrats roll for their base the way he rides for
He
his.
ride. All right, well, that is your front page news. Now, let's open up the phone lines. 800-585-1051. We were talking about Adele. Now, what's going on with Adele, Yee?
Well, you know, Adele canceled her residency. We don't know if she's going to reschedule it or not in Vegas. Now, according to some reports, it's because she's having issues with her boyfriend, Rich Paul. So we don't know if this is true or not, but people are saying she was spending a lot of time arguing with him on the phone. She went straight to his house in L.A. when all of this happened. And so the speculation is that that was part of the reason why.
No, these are the same sources that said Tom Brady's retiring. Who are these?
Who are these
Who are
sources?
these people that know these things?
All right, so what is the question? 800-585-1051. What's the question, Yee?
Now, the question is, has your relationship ever interfered with your business? Because on another note, there's been times that when I was younger, I didn't go to work because I was so distraught fighting and arguing with my boyfriend. I just stayed home for the day and didn't even call out because I was so distraught.
All right, that is the question. We'll talk about it when we come back.
It's on a smaller level than what Adele was doing, but you know.
It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club.
It's topic time. Call 800-585-1051 to join into the discussion with the Breakfast Club.
Talk about it.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ Envy, Angela Yee, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. Good morning. Now, if you just joined us, we're talking about Adele. Now, what allegedly went down with Adele, Yee?
Well, according to Richard Johnson from the New York Daily News, he reported that Adele called off her Caesars Palace Weekends with Adele residency less than a day before the debut show because of issues with her boyfriend, Rich Paul. According to a source, they said there's trouble in paradise. That's why she can't perform. Insiders close to Adele's camp said she's been crying through rehearsals and interrupting them to take phone calls with Rich Paul.
All right, so we're asking, what is the question?
Have you ever let your relationship interfere with business? And I definitely have. There's been times when I just haven't showed up to work and been arguing all day and not been able to function and cancel things all because of situations with my man.
All right. What about you, Charlamagne?
Absolutely not. I mean, my wife been together, it'll be 24 years this year. No. Because I never had that kind of job. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I got the kind of job I got to take my ass to work, especially doing radio. That's been my primary source of income for the past, 24 years.
Yeah,
but we've never had that kind of argument or discussion where one of us stay home. If anything, it's like, man, please take your ass out the house.
No,
please carry your ass to work.
I mean, I'm the opposite. I have been. I mean, my journey with my wife has been pretty public. So there was times when the house was effed up, I was effed up. I couldn't go to work. I couldn't think about work. The only thing I could think about was my wife and my family at the time. So
I've seen you in here laid out on the floor.
Absolutely.
During
And
those
there's been
trying
times,
times.
when you had to leave early to
There's
handle
times I had to
things,
leave early,
or
times
not
I didn't
come in. Yeah.
Absolutely. So I've been there.
I remember
know
I
what
had
that
an
is.
intern that would come to work like crying all the time, and I was thinking maybe she should have stayed home.
Yeah, but my situation was very, very serious, and at the point there, I couldn't come to work. I couldn't even think about work. I couldn't think about nothing but my wife and my family. So
And I understand that,
I
though.
get it, and I understand it.
Because you don't want to leave the house, under those conditions. I never want to leave the house angry. You know what I mean? And I've been like that my whole life.
Or
Because,
in the middle of a discussion.
Yeah,
If
because
something that's not
something could
resolved.
happen. You might leave the house, get into a car accident, and that's the last thing you don't want that to be the last conversation you've had with your significant other. So,
Absolutely.
No, I thank God I've never been in that situation.
All right, well, let's go to the phone lines. Hello, who's this?
It's DJ. Good morning.
DJ, good morning.
Good morning. I was saying I could never let a relationship interfere with my business, because if you're not handling your business, who's going to take care of it for you while you're sitting around stressed out over a relationship that's not going to work?
Nah, I mean, you're absolutely right. And sometimes you might lose some of those businesses. I lost a couple during that time, but I mean, what was more important to me than my family? Hello, who's this?
Hey, this is Tay.
Hey, Tay, good morning.
Good morning. I wanted to comment on that Adele situation.
Go ahead, mama.
Okay, I'm from the Bronx, grew up, born and raised, came down to South Carolina, fell in love with a country boy.
Okay.
My first job was Checkers. They wasn't playing that.
Ooh, they didn't care. You got to come to work.
And I want you to go to work to bring me back them double cheeseburgers and fries.
I called out sick, so I don't even know how they found out, but they fired my butt. We ain't got time for that.
You're right.
True
Now
indeed.
that I'm grown and I got a family, it's all about that bag. I'll deal with that situation when I get home.
Have you been to work all upset?
I have been to work upset. I mean, like I said, I'm married now, so of course we're going to have our disagreements. We'll argue about it before we clock in. Once we clock in, we do our shift. We get a break. If we got to continue to reconcile, then we'll continue to reconcile. But I'm on somebody's clock. I can't bring my home problems with me.
Okay.
Thank you. But I would say this too. If Adele, let's say she was to perform, maybe she wouldn't give 100% because her mind was somewhere else.
And that's the thing, right? Whatever you're going through emotionally or mentally, if you know that it's going to impact your work, that's what you got mental health days for. You know what I mean?
And maybe that was the best thing for her, to push it back, because like you said, her mental health wasn't right. You don't know how she was going to perform. She wasn't going to give her all. You don't want her to break down. Sometimes you got to give people their space.
That's right, because it's not just about you. It's about the other people in the workplace.
I'm sure what she had to do was stressful. A residency in Vegas, that's already stressful. Then you have that on top of it.
Yeah. Well, 800-585-1051. What are we asking you?
Have you ever compromised your job because of your relationship?
All right, we'll get into that next. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
Call me. Add your opinion to the Breakfast Club topic. Come on. 800-585-1051.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ Envy, Angela Yee, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. Now, if you just joined us, we're talking about Adele. Now, what allegedly happened with Adele, Yee?
They're allegedly saying part of the reason why she canceled her Vegas residency is because she was arguing with her boyfriend, Rich Paul, and it was trouble in paradise. According to the New York Daily News' Richard Johnson, he said that's why she can't perform. She was crying through rehearsals and interrupting them to take phone calls with her man.
So we're asking 800-585-1051. Has your relationship ever caused you to miss work or F up your work day? Let's talk about it. Hello, who's this?
Hey, what's up? This is Dimitri Deshawn. How's everything?
Dimitri, talk to us, man. You had a relationship where it messed up your job or F'd you up at work?
Yes, definitely. I feel like when you're in a relationship, I feel like you gotta give 100%. And a lot of times, if your spouse or your person that you're in a relationship with don't understand like the hustle or what it is to really have a dream or a passion and open up a business and do something like really dope, and they don't know that it takes a lot of time, you gotta put a lot of time in. And I feel like sometimes, it can cause conflict between both, because you're in a relationship and you gotta do your relationship duties, and this project, this business is my new baby, so I gotta tend to this. And, time is being taken from both ends, and sometimes, the person on the other end don't appreciate it. So I feel like it's been plenty of times when I jump ship on projects and, on doing content creating, fulfilling orders online. By the way, I own a skincare brand, body care, all natural. It's called Clean Culture Skin, Clean Culture NYC on Instagram. And yeah, and I feel like it's been plenty of opportunities, plenty of times when that's happened because, you know, you kind of neglect your relationship.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah, that's how I feel. But I just want to say to you guys that I'm on my way to work. Thank y'all. Charlamagne, G.
Peace, King.
Thank you.
Yes. Envy, y'all, you too.
All right, brother. Yes, sir.
Y'all get me through the day. Not through the day, but definitely through the commute on my way, getting up and ready for work. I got a 9 to 5 as well. But I own a small business, entrepreneur. Like I said, guys, I appreciate everything I do. I know you know, you're personally involved in small businesses and uplifting entrepreneurs. I wanted to know if you had anything that was coming up soon for like pop-up shop or anything like that.
Hold on, brother. All right, now what's the moral of the story?
The moral of the story is, man, I don't know. You know what I mean? Because I think it's a case-by-case basis. You know? Only you know what you're going through emotionally. Only you know what you're going through mentally. And I mean, if you need to call out of work because of that, I'm not here to judge you, brother or sister. You know?
Right. Well, we got rumors on the way?
Yes, Janet Jackson. Did anybody watch her special that was on? You know, it's multiple parts, but I got to see it on Friday and Saturday night. Did y'all watch?
No, I missed it actually.
All right, well, we're going to talk about some of the highlights of what we had to see, but it was amazing. I love Janet Jackson, and when I tell you, I was like, man, Janet Jackson's a beautiful, amazing soul. After watching that and seeing some of that footage we never seen before, we'll discuss.
All right, we'll get into that next. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning. Morning, everybody. It's DJ Envy, Angela Yee, Charlamagne the Guy. We are The Breakfast Club. Shout out to all the parents that were taking their kids out in that snow. It was freezing over the weekend. My kids act like it wasn't cold at all. They didn't want to come back in. They just wanted to play snowball fights and all that. So
my new neighbors were definitely outside playing in the snow. It was cute, making a snowman and all of that.
And it was cold. I tried to make a snowman. My snowman looked horrible.
I want to shout out to Terry Ijeoma. You know, she was up here and she's doing this 5-day Take Your First Trade Challenge to teach people how to trade stocks. So I'm actually joining today. Today we're kicking it all off. You can go to takeyourfirsttrade.com if you want to do that. You can make money just trading and learning about strategies, and she'll be helping guide you through that. So we're going to talk about picking the right trading account tonight, and that is the first thing that we're doing. So, you know.
What happened to Bitcoin, Rodney? You speak to Bitcoin?
Yeah, he's still doing great. He's still doing work.
Bitcoin dropped off, what, a half? Was it like $65 went back down to $33 or something like that, $33? I know a lot of people that had Bitcoin said they lost a lot of money.
Yeah, but it could still go back up, which they're anticipating it'll do because the stock market dropped too. So the thing about a lot of these is that you have to know that it's a risk, but also know that it could be a huge payoff or it could not.
Yeah,
but that's why you don't invest
big
more.
Risk with Bitcoin, though.
Yeah, I mean stocks too. You know, it just depends on what you invest in. But I don't. You know, I can't tell people what to do or what not to do. You just have to figure out what's worth it to you.
All right. Well, we got rumors on the way?
Yes, we are going to talk about Janet Jackson and her Janet Jackson documentary. The first 2 parts aired over the weekend, so we'll talk about some of the things that we learned.
All right. We'll get into that next. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
It's about time. What's going on? Rumor report. This is the Rumor Report.
Talk to him.
With Angela Yee on The Breakfast Club.
All right, well, there were a lot of amazing highlights from this Janet Jackson documentary that aired over the weekend. Janet Jackson, that was on Lifetime and A&E. And so we only have some of them here, but I do encourage that you all watch it. I mean, Regina King was on there talking about poetic justice, and Q-Tip was on there. There was a lot of talk about her on-screen romance with Tupac and how there was a little bit of chemistry, Regina King said, even though she said Janet wouldn't admit it. But a lot of things that Janet Jackson personally talked about in first person was growing up in a neighborhood that was racist.
I think the Jacksons were the first black family to move in, so it was a little controversial at that time.
A lot of the people didn't want us, so they had this petition going around so that we wouldn't be in the neighborhood. I remember walking down the street and being called the N-word, someone driving by yelling it out, be told to go back home to your country, and feeling it at school with some of the teachers and some of the kids, touching your hair because your hair was different from theirs, or your skin, rubbing it. It's like, does that come off? No. Does yours?
Sheesh. Now, she also talked about this, quote, secret child. This was always a rumor that Janet Jackson had some secret child that she didn't let the father know about.
Back in the day, they were saying that I had a child and I kept it secret. They were saying that I was raising her daughter. First, they were saying my niece Brandy was my daughter and that I gave it to Jackie to raise. Because Randy's daughter looks so much like me, then they started saying it was Savannah. When I was doing Fame, a lot of the kids thought I was pregnant because I had gained weight and I had started taking birth control pills. And back then, you could pick up weight taking them, and that's what happened to me. I could never keep a child away from James. How could I keep a child from their father?
If she did have one, she could admit to that now, though, because that it was probably the industry that made her do that. Same way they make you lie about your age and all that other stuff, lie about being married or being in a relationship.
All right, now she also discussed getting divorced from James DeBarge.
There were a lot of nights that I would go searching the streets looking for him. 3 o'clock in the morning, 4 o'clock in the morning. I remember times when I would find the pills and I would take them and try to flush them down the toilet, and we would be rolling around on the floor fighting for them. I remember eventually deciding to get a divorce, or an annulment, I should say, because it only lasted a year. And he was so mad and so frustrated. I remember driving back home to my parents' house. I was just done.
She said he got high on their wedding day, too, by the way. She said he went to the bathroom when they got back to the hotel, and she said she was just there. He left the room, and she said for 3 hours he never came back. And so that's what she says he was doing. Now, the family had a deal with Pepsi, but Janet Jackson ended up doing a deal, trying to do a deal with Coca-Cola, but then everything emerged with all the accusations against her brother, Michael Jackson. And here's what she said happened.
We were actually getting ready to sign the deal with Coca-Cola. And that's when that first allegation came out.
New details are emerging about the police investigation of pop star Michael Jackson.
This morning, Jackson canceled another concert. The 13-year-old boy is said to have been friends with Jackson.
When that came out, Coca-Cola said, no, thank you.
You got tarred with that at the same time.
Because of it.
It's tragic that it's affected you as well.
Yeah.
Those soda wars were serious, huh? Michael Jackson had Pepsi, Janet went to Coke. They said Dr. Pepper wanted Tito, but Tito, they couldn't work the deal out.
Shut up.
All right, now Jermaine Jackson... Jermaine Dupri. I don't know why I said that. Jermaine Dupri also, this was trending after people were like, how did Jermaine Dupri cheat on Janet Jackson? They even addressed that.
I had heard that he was cheating.
One of the weird things about dating Janet is that dating Janet attracts other women. And I was a man.
It was not just that. I needed more than what he was giving me. He was a workaholic, and he was constantly working. I would not see him for like 3 weeks, a month, and soon as he would come in and he would go to the club, or he would and I was like, just carve out just a little bit of time for me, even if it's just us hanging at home. And it was hard for him to do.
I was just a man.
They was dragging him.
How many times have we used that one in life?
Yeah. All those women that want to be up under you because you Janet Jackson. Man. I did this with Janet Jackson.
That man live.
I understand what JD is saying because I too have used that excuse, but that has nothing to do with being a man. You just, you was immature and you wasn't ready to settle down. That's all.
But also during that time, that was when Janet was living on the West Coast, and that's when Jermaine just took the job at Virgin, and he was here. So I know he used to fly back and forth all the time. So there was a lot of times when I'm sure he wasn't there too.
And lastly, one thing that she discussed was the whole Super Bowl controversy with Justin Timberlake, and she was the one that didn't want Justin Timberlake to make a statement.
Like after that incident happened, did you hear from Justin? What did he say?
We talked once, and he said, I don't know if I should come out and make a statement and this and that, or say something. Have something to say. And I said, listen, I don't want any drama for you. They're aiming all of this at me. So I said, if I were you, I wouldn't say anything.
Sheesh. Hard times for Janet that she went through a lot.
What else did they say about JD and Janet Jackson?
That's what you want to hear about?
Did JD explain what his side of the story was? Like, did he talk about, what kind of girlfriend Janet was? Did he say he regrets it?
He's spoken about it previously in other interviews. He said neither one of them was willing to move to the other person's city. And so she was living in Malibu. He was still in Atlanta. And that's when he started thinking marriage for him wasn't going to work. And so he just wasn't in that space at that time.
Yeah. Because, I mean, we all have these conversations. Be like, oh, you know, he dropped the ball with Janet Jackson, but we don't know how that relationship was.
Nope.
Yeah, they were together like 8 to 9 years, but he said they didn't live with each other. And so that was part of it. He said that in other interviews before.
That could be tough.
All right, well, that is your rumor report.
All right, thank you, Miss E. Charlamagne, who you giving your donkey to?
Man, you know, a lot of people got rich during this pandemic. A lot of people got rich off COVID. And we always highlight, you know, the PPPers and the unemployment folks and the SBA folks. But what about you people selling fake vaccination cards? I need 2 nurses, Julie DeVuno and Marissa Uroro. And I know I'm pronouncing their last names wrong. I need them to come to the front of the congregation. We'd like to have a word with them.
You mean them nurses that be working hard, getting paid close to nothing, be doing double shifts?
Hey, I'm not mad at them. Okay, I'm just equal opportunity donkey of the day distributor. Okay.
All right. We'll get to it next. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning.
Let's go. It's time to wake up. Yeah. It's the Breakfast Club. It's going down.
Angela Yee here, and my friends at the General Insurance give you quality car insurance for less. Check out their affordable rates and flexible payment options by calling 800-GENERAL or visiting thegeneral.com. The General Auto Insurance Services, Inc., an insurance agency, Nashville, Tennessee.
Charlamagne, say the gang, dunk it other day. Charlamagne.
You are a donkey. It's time for Donkey of the Day.
Donkey of the Day does not discriminate.
I might not have the song of the day, but I got the donkey of the day.
So if you ever feel I need to be a donkey, man, hit me with the heat.
Yeah, it's the Breakfast Club, bitches.
Who's donkey of the day today?
Well, Ed Sheeran, donkey of the day for Monday, January 31st goes to 2 nurses from Long Island, okay? 49-year-old Julie DeVuno, I think I'm pronouncing that right, and 44-year-old Marissa Urero. I think I'm pronouncing that right, probably not. They are each charged with 1 count of forgery in the 2nd degree. See, during this pandemic, there have been all types of scammers taking advantage, okay? Taking advantage of the PPP loans, the SBA loans, the unemployment. I mean, folks got rich off of COVID. You hear me? Okay, a lot of them, though, their reign on the top was shorter than leprechauns because a bunch of those folks ended up in PPP prison. But what we didn't discuss enough was the doctors and nurses who was getting to the bag as well. See, I'm not judging. Okay, I'm just the equal opportunity donkey of the day distributor. And see, these 2 nurses, Julie DeVuno and Marissa Uroro, they hit a big lick. All right, these 2 people were doing something that benefited many. All right, they were part of the solution for a lot of folks, but the reality is they really, really, really contributed to the problem. Would you like to know what these 2 nurses' hustle was? Let's go to News 12 for the report, please.
Some people want fake COVID-19 vaccine cards. Others want to take it a step further and have legitimate vaccine lot numbers registered with the state. Prosecutors say you could get both by paying hundreds of dollars to these 2 women, the owner and an employee of Wild Child Pediatric Healthcare in Amityville.
Big bosses.
Investigators with the Suffolk DA's office have now arrested owner Julie DeVuno and employee Marissa Uraro. Prosecutors say this ledger seized as evidence shows the women profited $1.5 million in 3 months. They were allegedly charging $85 to $220 per entry into the state database.
What?
Investigators say they found $900,000 in cash in DeVuno's home. She's accused of using her credentials to enter the information. Now, some people who work at nearby businesses say this was the worst kept secret in Amityville and that they first got suspicious because there were a lot of adults hanging out in this back parking lot. Again, this is a pediatric center.
Some of y'all been selling drugs for years and ain't never got no lick like that. All right. Fake vaccination cards, $220 a pop for adults, $85 per child. Woo! And you wonder why this country never truly flattened the curve. All right. Special Agent Scott Lambert said it best. Forging COVID-19 vaccination cards and entering false information into the New York State database used to track vaccination records puts the health and well-being of others at risk and undermines efforts to slow the spread of the COVID virus. All of that is true, but damn it, these cards were official. Okay, I know quite a few people who had these fake vaccination cards. They boasted of it proudly. All right, someone tells me they got a fake vax card. My response always was, you going to jail. Their response, I got it from a doctor. All right, nothing else I could say after that other than, well, connect me with him or her. All right. For those like me who did not want the shot early on, we were looking for other alternatives, okay? And fake vaccination cards from doctors was something we looked into. These fake vaccination cards worked, all right? Kept a lot of people employed. A lot of folks were able to travel. But the fake vax card doesn't protect you from COVID. That's the stat I want. How many people with fake vaccination cards actually caught COVID? How many folks with fake vaccination cards actually spread COVID? How many people died because they came into contact with someone with a fake vaccination card, all right, that might have passed the vid on to them because of nurses and doctors like Julie and Marissa? Y'all contributed to all of the sickness, all of that death. Now, is there something wrong with me that I feel like I want to give them a slight applause for their entrepreneurial efforts? Just a little, right? Just a little. Huh? Stop. That's all. I mean, when they searched Julie DeVono's house, they found $900,000 in cash. $900,000 in cash and a ledger documenting profits from the scheme in excess of $1.5 million.
A ledger?
Why would they keep a ledger?
Why would they write it all down?
Exactly. This could make a great film. All right, maybe a short film, but a great film nonetheless. I mean, this literally could be like Set It Off meets New Jack City. There is so many layers. Julie DeVono's husband is a New York Police Department officer who is being investigated by the department's Internal Affairs Bureau in terms of his possible involvement in his wife's alleged scheme. Oh, this is bigger than Nino Brown, okay? By the way, if there's $900,000 cash in the crib, that's hard to hide. You had to know your wife was up to something, all right? Now, question, just a month ago, I think it was just about a month ago, right? Mm-hmm. New York Governor Kathy Hochul, is that how you pronounce her last name? She signed a bill into law criminalizing fake COVID-19 vaccination cards. Mm-hmm. So my question, was everything they were doing up until a month ago legal? Unethical, yes, but was it legal? Just asking. I want to know. We really need to discuss this because, you know, here's the thing. If a year before COVID, you was considered essential, right? Then the next year they telling you y'all gonna get fired because y'all didn't get the shot. You're gonna throw a middle finger to the system and get this money.
Say it again. Those nurses, those pediatrics, they were working. You're about to fire them when they were the only ones out there.
I'm not justifying any of this. I'm just seeing it from all sides.
Okay.
That could be the plot of the movie. All right. Now the reason they're getting donkey today is how I believe they got caught. Just play the last part of that news clip, please, Ray. Play the last part.
Now, some people who work at nearby businesses say this was the worst kept secret in Amityville and that they first got suspicious because there were a lot of adults hanging out in this back parking lot. Again, this is a pediatric center.
You got a bunch of grown-ass adults standing outside the pediatric office in the back lot with no kids? What the hell are all these adults loitering for? All right, standing outside the pediatric office in the back lot like a pedophile plotting on kids that were coming out the office. Of course somebody gonna snitch. All right? If you see something, say something, and somebody definitely said something in regards to Julie DeVono and Marissa Urero selling fake vaccination cards. Please give them both the sweet sounds of the Hamiltons.
Oh, now you are the donkey of the day.
We're not gonna play a game?
You are the donkey of the day. Yee-haw.
All right. Since Envy wants to play a game, I think it's time to play a game of Guess What Race It Is! 49-year-old Julie DeVono and 44-year-old Marissa Urero, both of Long Island, two nurses who made $1.5 million off of fake vaccination cards and got charged with 1 count of forgery in the second degree. Mm-hmm. Guess what race it is! Right. DJ Envy?
White.
Tell me why you answered that with no hesitation.
Because black people ain't keeping no ledger. White people are keeping ledger.
Wow. You are disrespectful to black people.
On illegal business,
wow.
You're not going to keep no damn ledger. That's like you're a drug dealer. You write down who you selling crack to. Does that make sense to you?
There's a movie about this. Hold on.
There's a movie about this.
No, there's somebody who was keeping a ledger of all their illegal drug activity.
What's his name? Frank Lucas? Was
it Frank Lucas?
Frank Lucas?
I don't remember who it was.
I guess.
Anyway, 49-year-old Julie DeVono and 44-year-old Marissa Urero of Long Island, two nurses who made a $1.5 million off fake vaccination cards and only got 1 count of forgery in the second degree. Angela Yee, guess what race she is?
I'll say white because of the charges.
This does sound a little light, right? $1.5 million, and all you got hit with is one count of forgery in the second degree. Where's the money laundering and tax evasion and all the other stuff? Or maybe that's coming later. I don't know. Well, guess what, DJ Envy?
Yes.
Guess what, Angela Yee? What? You both are correct.
Yes!
Julie and Marissa are Caucasian!
Now let's open up
as
the
far
phone
as I can
lines.
tell.
Let's open up the phone lines. 800-585-1051. Should they go to jail? That's just the question.
Man, what kind of question is that?
Should they go to jail? Like you said earlier, I'm looking it up right now. Pediatric, the base salary average is $61,000 a year. The state was about to throw them away because they didn't take their vaccination.
I'm not making no excuses for them, but I can
asking.
see how a year prior you was considered essential. The next year they telling you either get the vaccine, you got to go. You're not essential no more. I can see how you could say F the system and turn to a life of crime. These are how supervillains are made. I've watched The Incredibles.
All right.
Okay.
800-585-1051. Let's talk about it. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club.
Call 800-585-1051 to join into the discussion with The Breakfast Club.
Talk about it.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ Envy, Angela Yee, Charlamagne the Guy. We are The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
What's happening?
Now, if you just joined us, Charlamagne gave Donkey today to who?
Julie Duvono and Marissa Guerrero. They're two nurses from Long Island who ran up the score, baby. $1.5 million they made selling fake vaccination cards. $220 a pop for adults, $85 per children. They got caught because they had a bunch of grown-ass adults standing outside the pediatric office in the back lot. That looks a little suspicious, don't you think?
All right, so we're asking 800-585-1051, should they go to jail? All right?
They're going, I don't know if they're going to jail or not. I'm going to be honest with you. They're white. So I don't know.
What does that mean?
White people don't really go to jail for white-collar crimes like that.
Oh.
And they only got charged with one count of forgery in the second degree. So that's kind of wild.
Yeah.
Because I would think that this would be like a bigger offense. All
Especially
the money
with the
that they
amount
made.
of money that was made.
Yeah.
And you don't want to encourage people to think that something like this is okay, too.
But think about it like this. If they didn't keep the ledger and they didn't find the money, they wouldn't have any idea how many they sold, how much money they made, or anything.
Yeah, but where you just going to put $900,000? You got to put it somewhere. The fact that she was keeping it in her house. Listen, I don't know if going to jail is the right question. I don't think it's a bad question. I understand why they did what they did. They're two nurses.
Right.
You told them that they were, what was the word, essential a year before. The next year you was kicking nurses out and doctors out if they weren't vaccinated. You know what I mean? I can see how they can turn into two supervillains here and go to a life of crime.
All right. Keisha, good morning.
Hi, good morning.
What do you think, Keisha?
I think that they should be free. They found a loophole. Like, free them girls.
I don't know about no loophole now.
Yeah, you can't
what's
do
the loophole?
forgery. You can't fake.
I know.
What's the loophole?
My 13-year-old said they should be going to jail.
Okay.
All right.
Well, thank you so much.
I need JT and Young Miami to step their game up. That's what I need. Them scams that y'all was doing ain't nothing compared to what Julie and Marissa just pulled off.
Hello, who's this?
Hey, good morning.
Good morning.
From the 843, this is Somerville, South Carolina.
Hey, Slummerville, what's happening?
Nothing much. I'm calling this morning because, yes, I think they should go to jail, but I'm also a nurse, so I get it. We were essential, and then we weren't, so, I mean, not saying that I'm condoning it, but, I mean, like, I get it.
Did you think about it? Did you think about it at all? Did you think about, you know what, I can make a few dollars writing some fake vax cards?
I had access to a lot of cards, but I wasn't going to do nothing illegal like that.
True, because you got morals and you're ethical.
I do, but, I'm not going to say it didn't cross my mind. It did, but,
I get it.
I mean,
they deserve that, though.
$1.5 million in 3 months? Just imagine what they was going to make throughout the year.
Yeah, but it don't matter anymore because they're not going to be able to spend it. All that's gone.
Yeah, you're right.
All they got is war stories.
They have to get caught.
Yeah,
That's right.
All right. 800
And the movie. I want to do the movie.
1051. What are your thoughts? See, the bad thing about this, somebody hears this.
Yeah.
They're going to try, you know what? I can do it because I can do it better.
No, they can't.
1.5, 3 months?
I want to do the movie called Island Girls.
What?
And they're the two biggest scammers on the East Coast. All right? Let's Young Miami and JT executive produce the soundtrack.
How'd they get caught?
They got caught because of the pediatric office.
No. 800-585-1051.
Be the exact story. Don't need no sensationalism.
You think they should go to jail, those two nurses? Let's talk about it. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
Call me.
Add your opinion to the Breakfast Club topic.
Come on. 800-585-1051.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ Envy, Angela Yee, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. Now, if you're just joining us, Charlamagne gave Donkey today to who?
Donkey of the day went to Julie Duvono and Marissa Guerrero, 49 years old, 44 years old, both of Long Island, both nurses who ran up the check, baby, and made $1.5 million selling fake COVID vaccination cards. I think they made this money in what, 3 months?
3 months.
3 months. This is a movie.
1.5.
We need to do the Island Girls movie. I'm telling you. Let the City Girls score it.
Well, they still spent $600,000. I wonder what they spent that $600,000.
No, she probably had $900 at her house, and Shorty probably had $600 at her house. I don't know. I'm just saying. Maybe.
All right. Well, should they go to jail? 800-585-1051.
I don't know if that's the question.
Hello, who's this?
Yeah, the Damon.
Hey, what's up, bro? We're asking, do you think that nurses should go to jail, brother?
Yeah, I told him, I said, I really don't think they should, man. I just think they should have some kind of strict punishment. You know, maybe like their license should be revoked or they should have to sit in time out or something. But going to jail, man, because like you said, like my man said just a year ago, they was telling them they had to work. Now they're saying they can't work unless they take the vaccine, man. It's just all back and forth.
Hey. My name is Charlamagne, sir.
Well, I appreciate that, man. And look, I thought I
appreciate that.
I thought I was gonna be able to talk to you just because they had some other guy on the phone. I said, "Dog, they bougie like that? They won't even talk to the people."
We talking
to you now, but you don't even know our names.
Well, I know Charlamagne, and I know the Kings. I know people respect on my name. I know him for sure. I know Envy. I know Angela Yee. I know y'all.
Okay, you just said my man. Like, you know what I mean?
All right, thank you. Hello, who's this?
My name is Carol. I want to give a shout out from Harrisburg, the Burg.
All right, Carol, what's your thoughts? What you think?
I think they should go to jail because, I want to live my life too. I want to get out and be able to live a normal life again. But as long as they're doing stuff like that, we won't be able to.
That is very true. That's the biggest thing I think a judge would take into consideration, right? A judge would be like, think about all the people that you put at risk.
Mm-hmm, it's dangerous.
By doing that. But I can also understand why they would do it.
Well, hell, everybody needs a job because of the many people that have died. There are a whole lot of jobs out there.
Jesus Christ! Wow. Well, look at you looking at the bright side of death.
Hell yeah! Go to jail. Put them in jail.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, thank you, Carol.
Sound like she hating a little bit.
Welcome.
Carol, you sound like you hating just a little bit.
No.
Just a little. You sound like you hating a little bit. Just a tad bit. Are you a nurse?
No, I'm not. I'm not. I'm retired. I just retired this year.
Oh, a retired nurse.
No.
Retired? What would you retire from?
Child abuse. I was a child abuse investigator.
I'm about to say, damn, you got to finish that. You mean you just retired from child abuse? You got to finish that whole statement out.
Oh, my gosh.
Oh, my God.
Well, thank you. Have a good one. Hello, who's this?
Yo, what's good? This AJ calling from VA.
Hey, what's up, brother? What's your thoughts, AJ?
Man, it's crazy, bro. Like, we all know they should be locked up for that, but like the way this system is, man, we realize we're in a modern day slavery.
Man, what the hell is you talking about?
Modern day slavery.
Yeah, and it's a modern day slavery because if that was our skin color that would have did that, we would have got hit with the book.
Oh, I get what you're saying.
So you're saying that they're getting special treatment because they're white women.
You're saying there's an injustice system is what you're saying.
Yes, you know what's going on, King, Queen. I know what's going on.
All right, brother.
You know what's going on.
What's the moral of the story, guys?
The moral of the story is Julie DeVoe and Marissa. I don't know. Is there a moral to the story? I don't know. They got fat while a bunch of other people starved. Okay? The moral of the story is this needs to be a little short film.
My goodness.
I want to turn this into a movie. Island Girls, coming soon. Soundtrack executive produced by the City Girls, Young Miami, and JT. All right? That's what I want to do.
Yeah, we got rumors on the way.
Yes, and Nick Cannon apparently had a baby shower over the weekend.
Another one?
Well, a gender reveal party.
Wow. How many is that for Nick?
We'll talk about it.
All right.
Nick Cannon has made $1.5 million off taxes with kids in the last 3 months.
All right, it's the Breakfast Club. Good morning.
It's time. She's spilling the tea. This is the Rumor Report with Angela Yee on the Breakfast Club.
Well, Nick Cannon over the weekend hosted a gender reveal party, and looks like he has a baby boy on the way with Bree TAC.
Wildin'.
I think Nick should come with us to get our vasectomies. Me, you, and Nick.
But Nick don't want a vasectomy, though. Nick said he wanted as many kids as possible. He said that when he was on
Now,
Breakfast
Bree
Club.
recently finalized her divorce from former NFL quarterback Johnny Manziel. So she's officially single now.
Also, Nick is doing it differently than us because we're married and we're with one woman, and our wives are tired of having children.
We should do it.
Nick
right.
is spreading his seeds.
I thought he was celibate. When did that start?
I ain't selling a bit of what?
And he said his therapist said he shouldn't have anymore. I think we should all do it on his show. I think we should just go on the Nick Cannon show. Me, you, Charlamagne, me, you, and Nick. And
you're forgetting the reason why we're getting vasectomies, though. We're getting them because our wives don't want to have kids anymore. He's having kids with different women, so it's different. He doesn't need to have a
They
vasectomy.
seem very happy and celebratory
Yes.
with this. I'll actually be on Nick Cannon's show today, so I'm sure we'll talk about it if you guys want to watch that. All right, now T.I. is taking his potential stand-up career seriously. We talked about this, and he posted about it. He said, in about 2 weeks of doing stand-up comedy full-time every day, 2 to 3 shows a night sometimes, I've learned from and earned the respect and approval of some of the funniest people I know in this ish. I can honestly say I've had nights where I tore their ass up, and I had nights I was figuring the ish out, nothing that I care to share. But I appreciate having the opportunity to adjust and improve. So he's really taking it seriously. If you guys recall, we did play some audio from T.I. doing stand-up.
Can you be in a committed relationship and still have a friend from the opposite sex?
Yes.
Now if you it don't count. The ladies like, yes it do, it still count, it still count. Ladies cheat way better than us, so don't get into the game, okay? Because the shit is gonna be up for you. Besides, cheating is a big game anyway, okay?
Ooh, hold on, say that
You got a
again.
little don't keep that to yourself. You know what I'm saying? That's your little secret.
Hey, man, it's 2022. You can do whatever you like. And he's working things out.
They was cracking up.
Yeah, he's working things out.
The bad thing is when you play clips, you don't know where it started. You don't know where it finished, where the middle's at.
Your favorite comedian sounds like that when they're working some things out, by the way. Your favorite.
He's working on. He's brand new at it, so it takes some time to develop your set, and even when you're experienced, it takes some time.
And if
to
you don't
develop
want,
your set.
that's right. And if you don't want T.I. to do stand up, the thing you got to remember about Tip, you got to tell him what he can't do. So you got to say to him, "I bet you can't quit stand up." if you tell him that, I bet you can't do stand up, he's going to show you that he can get it done.
Gotcha.
So if you want him to quit, you got to say, "I bet you can't quit stand up." That's how you got to talk to Tip.
All right, now 50 Cent has confirmed that his next full-length album will be his last. He was on The Talk, and here's what he said.
Yeah, well, I probably think I would deliver another full-length album, and then the other things that I do like be connected to film and television in a different way. 'Cause I'm cool. I'm having so much success on this area that I have opportunities to keep releasing music through the projects that I'm bringing out.
And I wonder why they didn't ask Fit to be on the Super Bowl.
Oh,
That's another artist under
I
Dr.
thought
Dre.
about that. I thought about Fifth and Ice Cube, actually.
Yeah, I mean, you know what? The thing is, Dre's done work with so many people. It's hard to even say who should be on.
Yeah, but those are his artists. Eminem's his
Mhm.
artist. Snoop was his artist. Kendrick's his artist.
And really for
Fifth's his
LA,
artist.
I mean, I thought
And
about
it's only
Fifth
a
too.
limited amount of time, too. Who do you?
Yeah, because Mary J. Blige can only do one song, they say, which is just disrespectful because Mary J. Blige can do her own Super Bowl halftime show. All of them could, but, you know, Mary definitely should have her moment. But I was thinking because it's LA, Ice Cube should have definitely been on there, too.
All right, well, 50 Cent is still going to put out music, just so you know, but it'll be connected to film and TV in a different way. He said he's having so much success in this area, he has opportunities to keep releasing music through the projects that he's bringing out. All right, and now they're saying that Julia Fox, who Kanye is currently dating, dated Drake before hooking up with him. So they say, according to reports, I don't know where these reports are coming from, but sources say that Ye is not too thrilled about this, according to Page 6 sources. So not sure whether or not that's true, and reps for both Drake and Julia Fox declined to comment. But what we do know is that Kanye announced that Donna 2 will be released on February 22nd, and they're saying that Ye is going to be giving up his phone until that album is finished. They also said the directives are, if it cannot be played at a funeral, childbirth, graduation, or a wedding, it will not be on our record. So that is according to Digital Nas, who's working with Ye and produced for Donda as well. So that's the plan. Now, Australia is saying that Kanye has to be fully vaccinated if he wants to go and visit there, because he, I guess, is planning to go there, but because of the country's restrictions regarding COVID, artists have to be fully vaccinated. It says it applies to everybody, as people have seen most recently. I know we saw this with the Australian Open, And so there were some issues there with who could come into Australia. But they're saying if Ye wants to tour across the globe and stop off in Australia, he has to be fully vaccinated. I think he got 1 shot. So they're saying you got to have both. And Pusha T has officially left Good Music. He did thank Kanye for his contract release. He put up a post showing a portion of the document for his contract release, and he thanked Yeezy, calling him Yezos, for showing true brotherhood. He said, some people call you their brother, other people show you your brothers. Thanks, Yezos.
I thought I saw Pusha's manager say Pusha left Def Jam, not Good Music, and he got his masters back.
I don't know. Well, this is what Pusha T wrote.
Steve Victor?
Thanks, Yezos.
Yeah.
I didn't hear.
Mm-hmm. And so he's done with that. But he does have an upcoming project. It's not dry yet. Indie.
He got a dope record that I think next week he's gonna release it. Dope.
That's the one he put out on that clip. Lord have mercy.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, that is your rumor report.
All right. Thank you, Miss Yee. Now, up next is the People's Choice Mix. 800-585-1051. Get your request in. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club. Your mornings will never be the same.
Our audible pick of the day is The Perfect Data Boss. Hey everybody, it's DJ MV, Angela Yee, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. We got a special guest in the building.
Papoose.
Peace. 12 albums in 1 calendar year last year.
Yes. You know, you gotta give Pap a round of applause for
no
that.
one's done that. That's a lot of work.
Nobody gives Pap enough credit for that. 12 albums, not mixtapes, not EPs. 12 actual albums every month last year.
Yes, man. I had to put the work in, man. You know what I'm saying? Just wanted to change things and be consistent, put myself out there more.
Was this supposed to be leading up to your retirement? Because I saw you said that, and I saw Remy bet $1,000 that you wasn't really going to retire. So you owe her $1,000 yet?
I'm gonna tell you what happened. Let me explain.
What happened was
I'll pay it. Right. What happened was I did say I was gonna retire, man. I got a call from Jay Electronica. I got a call from Busta Rhymes, my brother K Slay. Everybody was hitting me up like, you can't retire. You know what I'm saying? And then I just got so much love this year. I didn't know it was gonna turn out like this.
You was in the pandemic, so it must have been you was home and was like, I need to do something.
Yeah, I just like Angela Yee said. I said I was gonna retire, but I wanted to give my fans something special. You know what I mean, on the course of my retirement. I had no idea it was gonna turn out this good for me though. You know what I mean? I just was working, man. My wife hated me, to be honest. 21. You know what I mean? Because it was a lot of work.
Mm-hmm.
And certain times I wouldn't work through the month. I just wait till that last day, and I did November in 1 day. Wow. You know what I'm saying? I would communicate with the artists, communicate with the producers, but when it came to laying it down, I would wait to the last minute, and that gave me more time to create. I only got 30 days.
Right.
So when you do it early, you kind of cut short your creative time. So I would wait to the last minute.
So they were all new songs.
All new as I went along.
You didn't have sometimes people have stuff in the stash. They're like,
oh nah, you listen. I'm talking about current things that's happening as the years progressing.
What gave you the idea to do that?
I always said I was going to do it for the past 4 years, and then the year come. I don't do nothing. It's February and I ain't do shit yet.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I feel like you're not retired because Thought I Was Gonna Stop remix came out not that long ago.
Oh,
and
yeah,
it's a new
yeah.
year now. So
yeah, the video just actually dropped last night. We had into 1 million views. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to everybody on the project, the new project. Rick Ross. Shout out to Rick Ross, man. Solid dude. Me and him got a song. Swiss Beats produced that.
Restored.
Yeah,
Were
restored.
You surprised
man.
with how many artists that F with you like that?
Yeah.
Because in this industry, somebody be like, yeah, I got you, and then they change the number. But when you look at your Waynes, your Fabs, your Ross, of course Busta's your guy, your Jim, but those real, Nelly, Wiz Khalifa,
Remy.
Yeah.
Were you surprised by that, man?
Remy don't really with you lyrically sometimes. Remy be like, he alright. He ain't nicer than me.
You know what? I told the other day she made a comment, but I told her, I said, you never could take back that thing you told me when you was locked up. About how nice I was. You know what I mean? But yeah, to answer your question, I was surprised, man, that so many artists showed me so much love. Very appreciative of it, man. You know what I mean? Everybody, Lil Wayne, solid dude, man. Same thing with Rick Ross. This is the second record we did together. 2 Chainz, Busta, all these the producers, Timbo, Swiss, so many. I hope I ain't forget nobody, man.
I saw an article where Russ was saying that he DM'd you and was like, yo, I need to get you on my project. And so, because he was like, look, this is a lyrical project. I need to get him on there.
Yeah.
I think he said that here.
Yeah, shout out to Russ, man. I respect Russ, man, because a lot of artists of his caliber be afraid to work with those type of artists that he had on that project. You know what I mean? And he just went in the lines, then it was like, let's go. And did his thing.
What do you think? What do you think is contributing to people finally getting aboard the Papoose train? Because You had the big looks with radio. You had the big looks with the label, features, all of that early on. But it seems like now, Pat freestyling in the car. You know what I mean?
Right.
No budget, no nothing. Got everybody on board.
Man, some people say, yo, nothing happens before God's time. You know what I'm saying? And I believe that. I don't know, man. I had a lot of haters over the years. You know what I'm saying? No matter how good the music was, some people they hated on me. You know what I mean? I think that played a part. But I was very consistent this year, and I feel like that worked out. The hard work kind of paid off.
Which was your favorite month?
I don't have one, man. I ain't gonna lie. I love them all, to be honest. When I listen back, I can't even believe I was able to do that. I'd be like, wow, I forgot about this joint. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't have a favorite, to be honest.
I was gonna ask you about your pride. Most times, and I would say a lot of New York rappers, they have too much pride to reach out to rappers, reach out to producers. So how was doing that in this project? Because it was a lot of people you had to reach out to.
Yeah, it comes with maturity, man. When I was younger, I had the attitude like, man, I ain't asking nobody for nothing. Forget him, I don't need him. He ain't nobody. You know what I mean? But as you get older, you become more realistic and you understand that, yo, this person is great at what he does, and I would love to just be able to work with him. You know what I'm saying? So I look at Lil Wayne like that. I look at Timbaland like that. I look at Fab like that. Like, these are people who I, respect, and I would love to work with.
How was the Wayne conversation when you got him on the project? How did that happen?
I just reached out to him, man, and he hit me right back. But I kind of knew that Wayne rocked with me because when he was on Rikers Island, he had reached out to Slay. Mac Main reached out to Slay and said that Wayne was a big fan of Alphabetical Slaughter and he wanted to work with me. And I couldn't get to him because he was locked up at the time. So I always kept that in my brain. Every time I seen him, we slapped 5. So I kind of knew that he rocked with me, but I just never extended my hand to try to get him on the record. That was the first time, and he did it. I'm talking about, like, he said he was gonna do it, and he did it quick.
Yo, well, pick up all these albums if you hadn't got them already.
Yes, man.
A whole year.
I feel like he got some more stuff dropping this year too, because he's retired.
Yeah, man. Shout out to J Electronica. Me and him working on something, man. But yo, big shout out to my brother Rick Ross. We shooting a video real soon to that joint. Shout out to 2 Chainz, Busta, everybody on the remix, my wife. You know what I mean, Lil Wayne, and we focus, man. We here, man. All the producers, man. Oh man, I'm Stan the Man, DJ Premier, Pete Rock, Large Professor gave me a lot of banging joints. You know what I mean? Timbaland, everybody, man.
I wanted to ask you, do you ever regret any Gino Greene outfits?
I'm gonna tell you why not. I got a big check from that.
Okay.
I got a big check from that, and it was funny because I supported them because they was good dudes and they was on the come up, and I was on the come up. And when they got signed, I didn't have a deal with them. But they were so authentic that they still gave me a nice check. And also, I was able to influence everybody to wear that shit.
I'm not going to sit here and act like I ain't had a Gino Greene hoodie.
Okay.
You damn right I had a Gino Greene
Everybody
hoodie.
was wearing them shit.
Where is the Gino Greene,
It slowed down, man, over the years, man. They've been talking about reinventing and working on some things, man. But
everybody, it's a good time to do that because people feel real nostalgic about brands that used to be lit.
Yeah, I spoke to them about bringing it back. Not too long ago, but
maybe not with all the 9s though.
Yeah, switch it up. But we was able to influence a lot of people to wear that shit, man. You know what I'm saying?
And I liked it because of the 9s, because 9 is the highest level of change, in Supreme Mathematics. So I didn't have a bunch of it, but I had a couple hoodies.
That's the born number.
All right.
And sending healing energy to K Slade too, man.
Yeah, man. Big prayers to my brother K Slade, man. He's a warrior and he's fighting. So I spoke to his mother. She just wanted everybody to just pray for him.
We'll continue to do that. All right, it's Papoose. Now, Charlamagne, you got a positive note?
I do, man. The positive note for this Monday morning is simple. Face reality as it is. Not as it was or as you wish it to be.
Breakfast Club, bitches! Y'all finished or y'all done?